Hi everybody, welcome to a special edition of Push Your Luck video. My name is Eric, and instead of doing a video review of a game today, I will be showing you how to play Gutsy. Now, why is this a special edition? It's because Gutsy is a game that I co-designed with Susan Perkins and Barry Joseph from the American Museum of Natural History here in New York. So this is part of my internship, my spring internship that I did with them, where I helped Susan and Barry together. We co-designed this game called Gutsy, and it is to be in line with the new exhibit that is now available at the museum itself, called The World Inside You. So this is an exhibit about microbes inside your own body, and how there are so many different types of microbes in your body, and how diversity is key in a way to making who you are you. Alright, so we created this card game in conjunction with the exhibit so that people who have seen through the exhibits, who have gained knowledge or information, may want to know more or learn more. And what better way to learn about things when it's packaged in a very fun and interesting card game. So this is the concept for Gutsy. So in this video, we'll go through a how to play of Gutsy, the various components, the various mechanisms that are available. So hopefully if you have purchased a copy of Gutsy, this video will help you to learn how to play the game, and if there's any questions, hopefully this video will also be able to answer your questions. So let's take a look at the game components and how to actually play Gutsy. Alright, so if you bought Gutsy, this is what you get in the game. So it's a whole bunch of cards. Alright, the cards are separated into microbe cards. So these are the microbe cards that you see here. Each card will tell you the microbe's name. So Tenere cuties here. They will also show action. So each card itself will also have an action that you can execute. The card will also show you dots here, which represent how many of this card there is in the entire deck. So for example, in Tenere cuties here, there's 2 of this card in the entire deck. There's also easy to see symbol. This is the rare symbol or the common symbol. So if this card is rare, there will be a R here, which indicates that it's rare. Now if it is common, then you will see a C here, which indicates it's common. There's also a diagram of the picture here, the description of the action. So for example, for Rogue Scientist, you can choose one card from the discard pile and play it right away. Then there's also a fun fact about this Tenere cuties here. So for example, more than 30% of bacteria found in New York City subways were similar to species from human guts. So that's an interesting information that as you play the game, hopefully you'll be able to absorb all this information. There's also 4 player guides which will detail the different steps you can do during your turn. They will also describe the card as I just described to you just a few minutes ago. There are also event cards. So these event cards, when they are drawn from that, you need to play them immediately. So for example, events, play immediately. Then there's a picture here which is a very cute puppy. So the event is adopt a puppy. So families with dogs share more microbes with each other than those without. All players put their hands into a pile, shuffle the pile, and redeal a new hand to each player, starting with the player to the left of the person who drew this card. So this will give you some flavor text of what adopt a puppy does, and also give you the action details. Alright, so this is all there is in the game, and you're ready to begin the game. So how do you start the game? First, you take out all the event cards. There's 4 event cards. You take the rest of the cards, alright, and then you shuffle them. So you can shuffle them any way you like. Make sure you shuffle them thoroughly, because it will help ensure that everybody will have a equal distribution of cards right at the beginning. Alright, so after you have shuffled, deal each player 6 cards. Now the Gutsy can be played with 2 to 4 players, and there's the basic variant that comes with the deck. There are also many more. There's also 3 other expert variants that you can try after you have played a few rounds of the basic variant of Gutsy. So after you have shuffled, deal each player 6 cards. 5, 6. Alright. Now each player will take the cards into their hand. Now this is their hand. So this is the cards I hold in my hand now is considered my hand. Also, you will imagine in front of you there will be 6 slots. This is where you'll be putting your microbes in your gut. So imagine that there are actually six slots like this in front of you. Alright, I'm using the cards to represent the slots. So the purpose of the game is that you want to be the first to have 6 different microbes in your gut. Because 6 different microbes represent diversity, and we are trying to promote that having a diverse gut microbiome is very important for a healthy lifestyle. So once you have 6 different microbes in your gut, you win. Now, microbes do not include pathogens, so you can see that pathogens are bad because they make you sick. So if this pathogen exists in your gut, then you cannot win. So these are 6. If you have 6 different microbes, so right now, for example, in my hand, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different microbes. I actually just need 1 more to win. So during your turn, then at the beginning, you're supposed to put down 2 cards to form the starting microbes in your gut. You can put any cards that you want. You can put pathogens, you can put microbes, up to you. So in this case, for example, I'll just put this 2 down right away. Okay, so now I have 2 microbes in my gut. So I only have space for 4 more. The space is always limited, 6 spaces. Once you reach the maximum number of spaces, you cannot add any more into your gut, and you need to discard cards from your gut. Alright, so at the start of your turn, you will first do, alright, I'll put the player here so you can see. Alright, at the start of your turn, first thing you'll do is to do a health check. So if you have pathogen cards in your hand, you play 1 into your gut, and then you skip the rest of the thing and just go to step 3 and then step 4. Alright, so having pathogens is bad because it makes you sick, and what you need to do now, so for example in my hand I have a pathogen, so I must play this out, so I place this down in my gut if I have a space. If I do not have a space, I need to kick away one of the old cards and replace it with the pathogen card. So that's it. I skip to step 3, refill my hand, so I just draw 1 card from the draw deck, alright, and put it in my hand. And then after that, I do a gut check. If I have 6 different microbes in my gut, I win. So I don't have, so now my turn is done. So that's 1 turn. So I'll play for this other player. For example, I'll put this 2 down. Okay, and then I will have to play a pathogen. So now this is a special pathogen. There's only 1 of this in the entire deck. This is a drug-resistant pathogen, which means that you cannot use antibiotics to kill the pathogen. You can only transmit it away from your gut, but you cannot kill it outright. So there are antibiotic cards inside the deck as well, which allows you to kill pathogens, among other things. So that's it. This player turn is done. You draw a card, and that's it. So now it's my turn again. So now I can play a card into, because oh sorry, I have a pathogen, but let's say I do not have a pathogen, I can now play a card into my gut. So there's actually 2 things you can do. You can either play a card in your gut, which you are increasing the number of microbes in your gut, or you can activate an action on one of the cards that you have already in your gut, provided you have the same same microbe card to replace it. So for example, let's say I have alright, let's say I have this card already in play, alright, and I have another Bacteria DD's card with me. So what I can do is, I can, instead of placing a card down, I can also choose to activate this action, out of soap action, which means that one player randomly returns 1 card from gut to hand. Alright, if more than 4 cards in hand, discard 1. So what happens is that it will cause any player to randomly choose 1 card to return from their gut into their hand. Alright, so to activate this, I will first do the action, discard the card away, and replace it with another card of the same microbe type. Alright, so again, if I want to activate out of soap, which is already played in my gut, I will first do the action, then discard the card away, and then I will replace it with another Bacteria DD's card. Alright, so that's how action works. So again, during your turn, if you do not have any pathogens, you can either place a card down. Alright, you can even place a duplicate card down is fine. Now if your gut is full, then you cannot do this action, you cannot place a card down. The second thing you can do, or you can actually activate an action that is already on one of your microbe cards in your gut. And then after that, you move to step 3, you refill the hand again, and then you do a gut check. Now a few other things to note. If you have encountered an event, so where are my events? Oh, I forgot to put the events in, sorry. So at the start of the game, when you after you take away the events, you deal each player 6 cards, you need to shuffle the event cards back into the deck. I apologize for that. After that, you have if you draw an event, then you must play immediately, and you discard the card, and then you draw again. So always ensure that you have 4 cards in your hand at the end of your turn. Alright, a few other special cards. There is a quarantine card. So this quarantine card, when someone tries to steal your card or the event try to steal a card or take away cards from your hand, you can play the quarantine card and prevent the action from happening. So you can see it as a just say no card, alright, to people. And that's it. There are different actions available for you to play. For example, there's Salad Dyer, there's Journey Board, you can draw 3 cards, helps you to draw more cards. There's a transmission, which you can transfer 1 pathogen from one player's guard to another player's guard. And my favorite card is the fecal transplant card. Alright, you can see this little cute icon here with the little poop icon inside. Alright, I love this card a lot. You can discard 1 card from a guard and replace it with 1 card from another player's guard. So this to mimic it's kind of mimicking the actual fecal transplant. Alright, and so this is Gutsy. So I'm going to I hope you understand how to play the game. We'll go to a summary of my thoughts about the game and details of where you can get the game.